takes care of the technical problems. Hey, Kara. It's alright. Could be better, could be worse. Let's see. Living Tiger. And go. How are you doing? This game is so old it does not work with my recording software. I had to jump through some technical hoops to make this work.
I swear,
so
one of these days I'll
that's
find
fun.
a way around your guard. Happily, I feel that I learn something every time I face you, even if it's only a new place to nurse a bruise, so long as you're certain you have time. Let us begin.
Well, hopefully it won't keep buffering. It's like the last thing I need. Oh, well, that's good. I mean, a raise will help you offset the money you're bad at saving, I guess, right? But that's cool. I'm glad to hear you, you got a raise. I used to get those. Oh, right, I gotta dodge his attacks. Yeah, that's a dodge, probably.
Heavenly way.
Get a little closer. There we go.
Leaping tiger.
Did you see? Master Lee was watching. He may not show it, but he clearly takes pride in watching his students practice. I learn something every time we meet, proving that loss sometimes is the best teacher. Thank the heavens the bruises are worth it. You are gracious as always. I regret that there won't be much time for such practice now that you've almost finished your training. Master Lee told me to pass on that you should speak to him when you have the chance. He said you could take your time, so you need not rush. Master Lee just wanted you have some time to want.
Alright. So, this is Jade Empire. This was BioWare's attempt at trying to make an original IP after the success of Knights of the Old Republic. And so it is essentially the Knights of the Old Republic engine, but modified to support a more action-oriented combat style. It's much less D&D-esque. But for whatever reason, this game had apparently some really troubled development, and it shows, because it's kind of half-baked, and it's, like, barely finished, and it didn't take off at all. But it's a thing. It's fun-ish.
Oh, you're finally here to talk to Master Lee, are you? I certainly hope so. The old man is in there meditating, and he won't train me until he talks to you. Really? You would have dropped everything to make way for me. I don't think so. You're far too important to waste time worrying about my education. Master Lee certainly considers your training important enough to shove all others aside, so why shouldn't I bow down to your greatness? You don't want my answer to that question. Go talk to one of your sandal-licking friends and let them tell you I'm jealous. Try Lynn. She'll say anything to please you just to see your simpering little smile. Pathetic. Master Lee wants to talk to you. Do me a favor and go talk to him. Then maybe I can actually receive some education at this school.
So the game is kind of a pastiche of like kung fu movie elements and tropes and whatnot, and it's got some Asian mythology mixed in. It's neat. It could have been something really cool. It's still pretty alright.
Our most senior student has a spare moment to spend with me. An honor.
And for some reason, this line just does not play. The exact same thing happened when I was testing the game out a little while ago.
I understand your training is almost complete. I wonder who will replace you as our example.
I don't know if that's a recording thing or what,
It
but
certainly
yeah,
won't be me.
it's happened like twice now.
I can't even imagine Master Lee saying, "You must strive to be like Lin in all things" to the others. Just the opposite, more likely. That makes sense. Is that how you live your life? If so, it certainly seems to be an effective philosophy. You could just be pouring honey in my ears, but that's not half as fun as other places it could go. Oh my, you've gone kind of red. I shouldn't tease you like that. Maybe I should spend more time training and less time worrying about where I stand in the school. How else will I be good enough to take you down one of these days? Besides, there might be bigger things to worry about. I find myself intrigued by the ghost tales that everyone's mentioning.
Less horny,
Of
more
course.
fighting.
I have to keep practicing if I'm going to be able to best you one day, aren't... Excellent! Let's see if we can use Smiling Mountain's sparring ground.
Oh, that's nice. You guys had a little, I don't really know what you call that, like a charity train. I'm curious, did the person whose meal you paid for end up costing you more money than you would have paid for just your own meal? Still worthwhile, but it'd be a little funny. Also, Wendy's sounds nice. I got chicken wings myself, but I had to jump through a lot of hoops, and I almost didn't get it, just because the processing my order was just weirdly difficult for some reason. But it happened, and I got them, and I'm full of delicious chicken-like substance.
Oh, senior student. And not too many people come back here this time of day, so we thought we'd take a moment to practice.
I timed that amazingly well.
Would you like to join us? We could team up against you and learn from the
The guy
best.
knocks her flat on her ass, and then she jumps back up to say, hey. So why do I have to do 2v1?
With all due respect, we would be no challenge for you individually.
That's all I needed to
Smiling
hear.
Mountain- This is
Leaping tiger.
Oh, right here. I thought we were going to do the proper fight. Okay, okay. Sucks for you that I can bullet time.
That's enough. I didn't think we'd win, but it was an honor to face you. Thank you very much. We have to go. Smiling Mountain's going to be teaching a class soon, and then we have weapons training.
Oh, well, that's cool. I mean, you know, it's... The point was to help somebody else and, you know, pay it forward. So, you know, that would have been reward enough in and of itself. But you also indirectly benefited if you ended up getting your meal for less money. So that's a win-win. Hey there, Darren. One of my biggest grievances with this game is actually that the drunken master style sucks, like really badly. Because if it didn't, I would go through the entire I would go through the entire game using drunk foo. That style's a lot of fun. Alright, I think that's all the side stuff I can do at the moment. Oh, cool. You got a spot. Yeah, pff, I can't say words. You got a Scott Pilgrim vinyl. Is it like the soundtrack from the movie? Or something?
Ah, there you are, my student. I watched your bout against Jing with great pride. You have gained almost all you can from the practice arena. You are my best pupil, though you came to me an orphan. I have tried to prepare you for the responsibility your skills will bring. Have you given thought to your future?
You do not watch me tear the hearts out of 3 other students? Because I think those were a lot more impressive.
Your lessons are complete. Remember these basic skills and keep them at heart. But also remember the classes are not a true measure of ability. Always be ready to learn. I recall that, as a child, you fell and bruised your arm. I comforted you, saying that small pains...
I don't actually remember if the soundtrack for the movie was any good, but it's cool regardless.
You must be careful. Sometimes all you learn in defeat is that you have been defeated. This world is out of balance. Spirits grow restless, and you have a role to play that I have kept secret. Those who announce their important destiny before they are ready tend to meet unfortunate ends. The wise only seek attention when capable of dealing with it. The people are scared. I do not have all the answers, but I know you will become very important to the fates of many. You will be called to face a great evil.
Master! Master Lee!
What is this interruption? This had better be important. There is much to say.
Master! Nijo came to warn me. He saw a boat from the outlook past the fields. Strange outlaws. They fired something at him, and Kiamin was injured.
Where is she now?
Still outside the village by the outlook. Nijo couldn't carry her. Please come, Master Lee. The bandits are not at the village yet, but they could arrive at any time.
Oh, I think that's Cameron Clark, the voice actor for
later, my student.
Ninja Turtles as Leonardo, among other things.
The time for practice is over. Go to Bujin, the weapon master, and get a weapon.
Have you read the graphic novels, Kara? The game's pretty good, but it's like a beat 'em up, and doesn't really have anything to do with the story aside from the theming.
Prepare yourself for a potential attack while I tend to my fallen student.
But the movie's good. I actually prefer the movie to the books,
Continue our
personally.
discussion when the threat is over. Good. The time comes when you will know all you need to. For now, keep the basics at heart.
Uh-huh. I should walk around like that with my hands held. Okay, let's see. So we're supposed to run off and save the village from the attacking pirates, but first there's this lion thing over here, and if we open up this chest, we get some figurines, and I mean we could sell those on like ancient Chinese eBay, but you're supposed to take them here, and you're supposed to put the lions down, and it goes blue, and then red, and then yellow.
The obvious path is humble, safe, but pays the wage of a cook, not a champion.
And because you formed roughly half of Voltron, you get a coin. A single coin and some XP. And we could be fine with that. But if we go back over to where I kicked the shit out of those two kids earlier. Sadly, this is the fastest we can run. We can... Oops. We can put the silver coin in the thing, and we get a token. And a little bit more XP. But we don't get our coin back, which is very sad. It was all the money we had to our name. Well, I think you'll like the movie. It's a lot of fun. And as I recall, it's got Chris Evans from way before he debuted in the MCU. So now we can put the token in the lion, and we can do another little puzzle. So let's see. We're trying to make the color that's glowing, so we put blue and then yellow. Right. And then this one we take out the blue and we put red. And then this one we take out the yellow and we put the blue, and there we go. Thank you, kindergarten.
Interconnectedness of all things, even that which is humble, can be the key to greater things.
And for doing that little puzzle, we get a technique, which is just a new way of honing our body, and it gives us some stat boosts. That's the replacement for equipment in this game, basically. It's a very simplified RPG system. Yeah, exactly. That's Human Torch era Chris Evans. So it's a little jarring in comparison to how he is, nowadays. A lot less wholesome. But yeah, I like Scott Pilgrim. Came out when I was in college. I asked a girl to see it with me, and she thought I was inviting her to a concert because I guess Scott Pilgrim versus the World sounds like a concert. She was like, "Oh no, I got a test tomorrow. I can't go to a concert tonight."
There is talk of approaching bandits, and you bother me with unsubtle advances. How very like you, Gao. No doubt a tactic learned from your criminal father.
His name is Gao the Greater, and he built a fortune out of some ragged thieves and slave traders. If my charm can't lift your spirit, I'll buy the ground from under you.
Flaunting your father's undeserved wealth does not impress me, Gao. It only serves to push me further away.
I don't know how that "I'll buy the ground out from under you" isn't a panty dropper. You'd think that'd work.
You step beyond your station. She and I are discussing her future.
Thank you, Gao, but I'll pick my own poison. Now leave, and if you'd be so kind, stay downwind.
Oh snap, she said he stunk.
I won't forget this, Dawnstar. You show great disrespect. You as well. You will not take all the glory if there is an attack. We are not through.
Oh, he is Gao the Lesser in all respects. I thought Master Li allowed him to stay so that the influence of the father could be countered, but Gao never learns.
Scott Pilgrim didn't come out in
Looks like
2002.
he's above Master Li's
Not the
teachings.
movie
Such are
anyway.
the conceits of wealth, I suppose.
That came out like
Appreciate the life they did.
I want to say like 07, 08. Yeah, definitely not 2002. I was in high school when I was a high school sophomore back then.
That is nice to hear. Gao could learn much from you if you wanted to learn anything from anyone.
Very true.
Yes, he said you were coming. He just passed here with C. Pat on his way to help Kia Min.
I keep forgetting that turning red was apparently set back then, which is super weird.
Master Li was concerned that this would interrupt your training. His respect for your potential is just so absolute. Has he told you any more about your future?
I don't like your bad feelings. They always end up being right. Remember the grass fire? Half of the field's gone in a day, and you knew it would happen.
You knew that fire would burn grass.
You said you felt the lightning coming, but not even Master Li knows the weather like that. I trust your instincts. You are full of such promise. I can see into the spiritual, an ability that grants some insight, but it doesn't seem to be useful for anything other than keeping me awake at night.
She sees dead people.
I helped Master Li discover the unrest that shapes your future, but I see only problems, while you are destined to find solutions. I envy you for that. I'm glad. You have always kept your feet on the ground.
What does Master Li say? That you should keep the basics close to heart? Let's go get your weapon from Guzhen's workshop. It shouldn't be too hard to fend off simple bandits. They're foolish to attempt such an attack.
Of course. Good company will make the walk go faster.
So Dawnstar is our first companion and kind of our de facto love interest. She's the one that you're going to hook up with if you're a dude and you are even remotely nice to her. But it's kind of funny because you can really, really simp for her really hard if you want to give her the romantic responses, and she always friend zones you super hard, but then she just kind of falls for you randomly when the game's about to end. It's I don't know if that's a production thing or not, but it's very funny to watch. Actually, Darren, you can end up in a polygamous relationship with both of the female love interests, Dawnstar included.
I don't know you. Why are you asking me all these questions?
This town isn't well
So,
guarded.
that is the thing.
Forget it. Let's just start looting. We'll get first
Oh, I
back.
see, as a gag
Let's go.
option.
You're right. This isn't worth it.
She just kicked the life out of that guy.
I can't believe they've moved so quickly. We need your weapon. Guzhen will be in his shop north of the main stairs.
My hands are literally weapons. I think we're good.
Heavens, no!
The in-game explanation is that the martial arts style I'm using doesn't actually give me Wolverine claws. The user just like strikes with their hands in a way that makes it look like they have claws, but they're just straight up Wolverine claws as far as, you know, the animations are concerned. It's very funny to me.
This building is Guzhen's plate.
And a minute. We have to go to the fountain, because this mechanic fucking sucks, but the only way you can recover your health without, you know, wasting your resources is to find these fountains to heal yourself. And it's very inconvenient very quickly.
Mojoir Satir Uksayanan. Sawani Karpa.
Hello, Weapon Master Guzhen. Good day to you.
Some of the characters in this game speak this, like, fakey Star Wars language to, I guess, give the game a little more diversity or something, or to make it easier to record voice lines, which I think is more likely the reason why. But thankfully we can just tell this guy to speak English. Speak English.
If you prefer.
There.
I don't need to use the Now, what brings you here?
Is Moon Knight already over, Kara? I mean the first season or whatever. Oh, I really missed out. I need to catch up on all those episodes then.
Already? I assume you dealt with them, and the rest are in for quite a surprise when they get here.
Yeah,
Well,
my friend caught me up on the new stuff for
One star,
Multiverse of Madness, and it certainly sounds cool. I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with the Illuminati, especially. And that's also a line that just did not play for whatever reason. That's weird.
You know, you came here with Master Li as just a babe. I came not long after, and I've been holding on to a weapon for you ever since. Well, two, actually. But you need to choose which one you'll take. Master Li wants you to stay focused on your first weapon. I don't know. Your weapon is well deserved, and you'll need it with these bandits so close. If you decide you truly don't... One more thing you need to know.
Senior student. Oh, excuse me, Weapon Master. I did not mean to interrupt.
I don't know why the hell random lions in this game are not playing. I'm guessing it has to do with the recording software. It's super weird though.
The bandits. They've already been sighted down by the beach, and they're making their way toward the town. Master Li hasn't returned yet with Kia Min. I'm sure he will be back before long, but we must depend on you until he returns.
Got it. Go punch people.
I will run to the school and make your way to the beach and teach these bandits a lesson. I know you can.
You've done well, lad. Go back to the school now. Your friends have some new weapons they're dying to try out.
And now I have a sword. And the sword is really, really good. And if I read this scroll... There you go. I read enough books to learn how to punch people better. So we are just about set. Oop.
Leaping tiger. Long sword.
I mean, it's kind of funny you made that joke about Master Li. You have very limited movement in combat in this game, so situations like that happen where you're just swinging and whiffing because the guy, you know, inched like a millimeter outside of your strike range. That's why you use the Wolverine claws and the sword as your primary attacks, because they're both really good at moving you around, fighting you.
Bandits! My style!
We have to talk. Careful, these louds will show.
Kill anyone in our way!
I knew someone from the school would help. No one else could.
Literally no one else could. Nobody ever can fight.
My boy Nijo is trying to fight them down on the beach.
I can hear fighting to the east. We have to push these bandits back off the beach.
Hang on, hang on. It's very tiring to use your sword, so you gotta stop and drink at these fountains every now and then. There we go. Back to the murder. Actually, that's one of the weirder things about this game. Even when you're not using a sword, like, as far as the story is concerned, you just straight up murder, like, everybody you fight. So, you just cut, like, a bloody swath through fantasy China. And it's, I don't know, just recharacterizes everything as being kind of weird when you learn that.
Yet another village with no purpose. I will replenish our supplies and continue my search elsewhere. You will all, of course, have to die.
That guy's bones popped out of him. Oh, right, we're fighting.
Focus. I need it.
Ah! Well, okay, that happened. Sometimes it happens. The combat's not great, and sometimes you just get stunlocked like that. Sometimes, 4 people are just kicking you in the shins until you die. Let's do it again.
Longsword.
You're not supposed to be able to hit me when I'm in slow move. Chi orb. And Dawnstar's dead. Awesome. They killed their own guy with the cannon blast.
Leaping tiger.
Look out!
For some reason, a cannonball hurts less than just getting smacked with a spear. That's funny. Do you mind? I'm trying to... There we go.
Watch yourself.
He was hitting the poor NPC.
Your skills are more than this tiny village warrants. But I'd also
Yeah, this game has a real bad case of only having a few character models.
be an anomaly or a sign
true.
of who I seek. A further test is needed. These mercenaries are not the only threat I command. Let us see you contend with this. Leaping tiger.
And then ghosts happened. I mean, it's kind of hard to tell what you mean, Kara. Because, I mean, yeah, the animations aren't the greatest in this game.
You are finished.
I mean, I do have an ability I can activate that makes everything go slow but me. Maybe that's what you're saying.
Clearly, I have been too dismissive in my search.
Because I did use that.
This village will be torn asunder. Whatever you are hiding, I will have it.
But the fighting is mostly just really clunky and slow. So they can all just be that.
I've seen enough of your skills. You will die now, so I am not troubled later.
Pastor Lee punches a ship so hard it sinks.
You! Well fought, my student. I cannot risk you against a foe like this yet.
I love that bit.
So blatant. We never thought to look in so humble a place. We expected an army. Your strategy, as always, is impeccable.
Your search is over, assassin, but no one will hear of your success.
It would seem that my past is catching up to me, and you are destined to be swept along. You have faced your first spirit opponents far sooner than I intended. Dawnstar can explain the nature of such creatures. I must go and make sure everything is in place. I thought I had more time, but perhaps you are ready. Do not be so quick to thank me. My influence caused this attack. You were not meant to see this yet, but now there is no choice. I will explain at the school. You have done well, but more than this awaits you. See to your fellow villagers and students and return to me at the school. We have a great deal to discuss.
Which means there's some side questing to do. But first we level up. Just gonna do a balance build. And I got some style points, and we're going to invest them in our sword. Let's see. Yeah, let's take those, and then let's invest in the damage a bit, and the speed a bit for our basic style. Alright then.
We fought well against those bandits, but I had no idea Master Lee could command that kind of power. He destroyed that ship so easily.
Yeah.
This is so confusing.
Master Lee versus
said
the
I
ship
could
is the best thing
explain
in the
nature
game.
of spirits, but these were different. That sorcerer forced them to appear like wild dogs let loose.
Or Pokemon.
So many spirits seem lost, as if the way to their rest is blocked. I didn't think they were dangerous, but those on the beach, I sensed madness. Time drove them mad. You disrupted them by defeating them in combat. They will not reform for a long time. I hope there is peace in that, but I don't know. So much is worrying me. I was worried enough when we were expecting bandits.
For some reason, it's a
What
thing that
dangers we don't even
ghosts
know
are
about.
immune to
Master
weapon
Lee
styles,
was
which
a
includes my
sorcerer,
magic
an
sword,
assassin.
but punching them with my hands still works
Assassins
just
don't
fine.
attack at random. They have very
Just kind of an
specific
odd,
prey.
like,
I don't
arbitrary
know
way
what
to
happened
break
this
things
time.
up.
I've never belonged anywhere else. Names or titles are often given based on...
Alright, we can speed through this. Okay. And more importantly, we save. And we slide on over here and loot this treasure that's just here. Precious money.
It's a good thing we have Master Lee here.
And then there's a few things we can do. How much money do I have? 555. That's a lot. Not enough, but it's a lot. So we can do some stuff with that. Sure. The first side quest we can do here, as I recall, is we can beat up a bunch of our students, or our fellow students, for XP and whatnot. But the best one is not available to fight yet, because she got hurt before the pirates attacked. This one.
You are the hero of the moment. Gao claims that he dealt with hordes of bandits, but everyone else agrees that you turned aside their main attack. It is good that you were here. My foolish lack of attention forced Master Lee to come to my rescue, and left me with a wound that will take a few weeks to heal.
You can tell she's the strongest student because she has the
Lee
dumbest
assures
hair.
me I will heal in time. It's a shame, as Smiling Mountain was teasing me just yesterday with some special prize. Smiling Mountain trains students in group combat.
And if you
And
remember
just
her weird,
yesterday, I managed to
if you
break
remember her
the
weird
number of
hairstyle, you
opponents
actually
faced
get
at
a
once.
reward for that later on in the game.
He teased me by saying if I could go one higher, he might have a prize for me. I suppose he might make the same offer to you if you're up to it.
He punched the ghost. He roundhouse kicked
If
the
I
guy
could
who
fight,
summoned the
he could
ghost.
likely
But
round up
yes,
enough
you make a good
opponents
point,
for you
Darren.
to make a run at a new record. But I can't face anyone with this wound.
He punched the boat. He roundhouse kicked the guy summoning the ghost. But yes, you make a good point.
Unless you can speed up time, I'm not sure there's much that can be done. Master Lee has already tended to it.
I can only slow down time.
Then again, I vaguely recall a grass or herb that hastens the healing process. Someone like Old Ming might know for sure. He's quite interested in herbs. When he's not hollering at students for making too much noise, he's usually down by the beach looking after the statue of Emperor Sen. I know you're very... If I'm lucky, if you have...
Goodbye. So now we gotta go back to the beach and find Old Man Ming. Speaking of old men. Where is the gate? It's over here. So, part of this game's Knights of the Old Republic DNA is that it has a morality system, kind of like the light side, dark side force system that they used in KOTOR. Except they tried to give it more nuance by making it the way of the open palm and the way of the closed fist. And in theory, there's a much more deep philosophical difference between the two, as opposed to just being like good and evil.
Trust me, if you were a young woman...
But in practice, it doesn't actually work out that well, and it's basically just light side, dark side, be a jackass or be a good guy. And this is the first time we get to use it. There we go. Ming also talks in that fakey Star Wars language. Yes, they call you old because you can't claim the statue, not because you're physically ancient. It throws me off because the lines that they say in the fake language are not usually as long as the text. So sometimes they're able to say a lot with only a few words. Okay. So Ming tells us there are two kinds of grass we can get that'll make a healing thingy that'll fix up our buddy. One of them, the red silk grass, will actually heal her, and the other one will just make her feel like she's healed.
Those bandits will think twice before threatening a town protected by the likes of Master Lee. They were fools to even come here. The only shame is that their ship sunk. Think what we could have done with their
Will Smith only used, a very basic application of open palm. He's very closed fist philosophically.
It's vital for a businessman to keep tabs on anyone with two coins to rub together. Things haven't been this slow since the long drought. That master of yours keeps things ludicrously stable while merchants thrive on strife. During the long drought, prices rocketed into the sky like fireworks. I get by. I suppose I shouldn't...
Wait, here you go.
Happily, Oh yes, I had heard that someone was injured and immediately saw the opportunity to make vast sums of... No, to make a difference, that's it.
Yeah, sure.
Anyway, I've checked my stocks and I only have enough ingredients to make one dose of the salve for a poultice. I'm not sure how much good it will do by itself. Might take a bit of the sting away. Oh, now that's thinking, isn't it? Yes, I suppose red silkgrass might be just the thing.
Yeah, imagine that. If you add the healing thing to the healing thing, it'll heal better.
Expensive stuff, that. Very pricey. Hard to acquire, too. Would certainly help her wound, but I know something just as good. Get her some bearded tongue grass and she'll feel better. It won't hasten the healing any, so she'll have to take it easy, but it will deaden the pain.
So this is one of those open palm, closed fist things. The open palm decision, the good thing to do is just to get her a healing potion that actually heals her. But the other one is, it's more beneficial for us if we just make her think she's healed. But there's like no benefit for doing the evil thing other than just being a jackass. So no, we're gonna get her the real one. You save like 15 silver. Like it's not that big of a deal.
I'll just need your payment to prepare the poultice.
And if you don't give her the good healing potion, she fucking dies later on.
Business has been slow. What am I supposed to do? Starve?
I didn't check my stats to see which one I had higher. Let's try charming him.
I suppose it would
That
be
works.
bad for my reputation, and you're well known enough that word would get around. Fine, I'll knock off a bit of silver. An excellent choice. I'll mix the salve for you and prepare the poultice. There you go. Her pain will fade quickly and your generosity is extreme, but who am I to complain?
And there we go. Now we have an actual healing potion. Oh, he's not a master. He's just a he's just some jackass merchant. But yeah, his eyebrows are pretty bushy. All right, so potion in hand, we can now go back to Kia, and we can fix her leg.
This has been a busy day for us all. Is there something... The sun breaks through the clouds when I hear news like this. Heavens, I can already feel it working. That's amazing. Yes, this should be perfect. The poultice must have cost you some silver. Let me repay you. What did it cost?
So we can lie and make a tiny amount of profit off of this. That's also a closed palm decision, I believe. But, I mean, you get more good guy points if you just tell the truth.
However did you manage that? Must have been quite a feat.
And she still reimburses
Why
you
don't I
the full
give
amount
the real
anyway.
value of the ingredients for your hard work? Given how quickly I could feel an effect, this cure was worth it. Here, take this with my thanks. If you're interested in trying to set a new record...
So we made 10 silver as opposed to, like, 25 silver. BioWare has never been good at this moral choice stuff.
I heard how you faced those bandits in the village. Many people are impressed, but I expected no less. Your skill is a match for any rough bandit.
And ghosts. I don't know why it keeps doing that. Okay, sell me stuff. So let's see. We can buy one of these. I think I'll buy the one that boosts my focus because bullet time is really good. And then before we go do that, actually, let's pop back over to the village. Not sure if Two Rivers actually has two rivers. I didn't mean that to sound like I thought I was profound. It just occurred to me it's a very specific name, and I'm not sure if you can actually see the thing it's named after.
I think so. I say we teach a little lesson about staying in your place when great men like Gao are around. We're twice the men you are, drunk or sober. Teach this whelp a lesson in manners.
Leaping tiger.
Alright, well, I got a sword, so... This just seems like a really bad decision on your part. Alright, got some free XP. I didn't really need to do that, but, you know, XP is XP. It's broadly the moral thing to do, to beat up a bunch of assholes, so, yeah, whatever. Take my XP. Drink at the fountain. Drink at the other fountain. I really hate how there's two different fountains. Just make one fountain. You only need the one. And now we can go back to wailing on our buddies. Where's Mountain? He's over here.
What can... Yep. Like...
So you can spar with a bunch of different combinations of students and you get XP for doing all of them.
Very good.
Unfortunately, my sword makes you really good at murdering people.
Another victory.
Focus.
I cast sword.
Very good.
Got a nice little chunk of XP for all that. Save the game. And now we do the big fight.
What is there to say? She tells me that she is feeling much better. If you wish to face her, I will allow it. Kiamin says that she is feeling well and her wound seems to be already healing. I believe she will provide a fine challenge for you. If you win this match...
So we gotta fight 4-on-1 again. 5-on-1, my bad. You bitch.
Focus.
And there we go.
Well done. As promised, here is a reward for setting a new standard. Kiamin is eager to try again, but I asked her to rest for now. She seems well despite her earlier injury.
Magic grass or not.
Is there anything else you wish at the moment?
Nope, we're done with you now.
Goodbye.
But I got the alloyed body technique, which lets me take hits better, I think. Let's see, very close to having, very close to getting another technique from him. We're all healed up. There shouldn't be anybody else to fight right now. I think I'm done with the side questing. So let's get back to the plot.
Ah, you are back. I hope this unfortunate matter with the bandits has not caused undue stress. Some good people were lost, but many were saved.
I murdered like 6 people and then re-killed some ghosts. It's cool.
These invaders discovered us by accident, but as you likely suspect, they are related to your destiny. You have trained hard and are ready. You will have a pivotal role in some great events, my student, after you return from the Spirit Cave.
I object!
Gao, what is the meaning of this intrusion?
Your pet student is not the only one who fought those outlaws. Perhaps I did not stand in their midst on the beach like a fool, but I did my part. If you spent less time coddling him, you would have many promising students instead of one.
I just single-handedly beat up like the entire school, so probably not true.
This is not a matter that can be decided by effort, Gao. There are things at play that you do not understand.
I understand that this student has received preferential treatment, and I have suffered for it. Whatever is in this spirit game, I am worthy of facing it too. If he is truly better than me, let him prove it. I challenge him.
I will not have you brawling in the street. If this must happen, it will happen in the ring, as a proper test of your abilities. Gao, you are restricted to styles that I have taught. I know the dark tutoring your father, Gao the Greater, has imparted, but I won't have any such sorcery here.
Hobble before I begin. Of course. How else would your precious protege win?
My student, I do not trust Gao to fight honorably. Then let the fighters meet in the arena.
Gao's dad is an actual wizard, and he taught him how to punch with fire, which is a pretty good present to give your kid, honestly.
Until one of you is incapacitated. This is not a practice bout. Injury is a
possibility. I think it is more than likely.
Somebody's gonna get hurt.
Master, are you certain this is appropriate?
They have a dispute, and this is the only way to settle it with certainty. It will be an honorable contest. I have restricted Gao from using his father's sorcery.
I said you would regret getting in my way.
Owl sponges?
Fighters,
is that a thing I'm not,
Long sword.
Is that a thing I'm not getting?
This is your... Long sword. Focus.
It is done. The challenge has concluded, and the winner is...
I don't know what the Duolingo L is. I don't have my finger on the internet pulse anymore.
Gao, I have made enough concessions to you today. I thought I could guide you away from your corrupted path, but you are too much the son of Gao the Greater. You are no longer welcome among my students, and your father's house shall have no more business here, despite his influence.
I was not beaten! Not by this peasant!
You were defeated by your own foolish ambition and predictable temper. I will speak with you in my chambers about your expulsion. Go now. Everyone, this challenge is concluded. I'm sure the victor would appreciate your congratulations. They are well earned. Enjoy the words of your fellows. I will wait in the main.
That was exciting. I'm glad you were safe. I knew you would be.
That
Your skill is unmatched.
that doesn't mean
Even
anything to
Gao
me,
has to see
Darren.
that. I suppose that's what set him off.
I don't know what that is.
He isn't allowed to stay. Punishment just makes him worse. Master
Oh,
Lee is
okay.
there to
I see.
accommodate
I
him
see.
and his sorcerer's
Yeah, I've
father.
never heard of that. But okay, I suppose that's a thing that could work.
But don't you wish that some things made more sense? Anticipation is grueling. So much could be
My
happening
sponges,
that we just
though,
don't
why
know
not
about.
like cookies or something?
It
Sponges
scares me
get like
sometimes,
messed up.
All this talk of troubled spirits. I didn't ask to be a part of it. As much as you... I'm...
Anyway, so we beat a man within an inch of his life, and then he tried to take revenge on us with firebending, but Master Lee just used the Street Fighter 3 parry, and just wasn't having any of that shit. These were all things that happened. Into the one fountain, go to the other fountain. Like, you couldn't have at least put the two fountains together? Some of them are, and that's much nicer, but I really hate this particular arrangement where you need to walk up one hill and then go up another hill when you want to get a full heal. Put it on silver. Still pretty close.
Ah, there you are. Have you finished all your business with your fellow students? I expect our next conversation to change a great many things. You should be ready. Wait outside, Gao. I will finish with you later. Now, my student.
I want to learn the martial arts technique that lets me close doors without touching them.
I trust you know the importance of your destiny. You are an orphan, but you were not abandoned. You were rescued from the Temple of Dirge in the land of howling spirits. You were orphaned by violent action. I take responsibility for it. You see, I used to be more than a humble teacher. To learn of yourself, you must learn more of me. I was once leader of the Imperial Army. I was known as Sun Li, the glorious strategist. I am the brother of Emperor Sun Hai. I will tell you more, but first, we have an uninvited visitor.
Surprise! The guy who's consistently a jackass did not leave when he was told to.
So predictable. He's heard as much as I wanted him to. Perhaps it will give him a little perspective.
You can learn Klingon and Ivory.
Respect even the most humble person, because who knows
Wow.
what lies within. That includes you and me both.
Spy Family's pretty good, Darren. I was apprehensive because I was only seeing memes and it didn't look particularly interesting, but the actual show is not what people portray it as in meme form, and it's quite good. I'm enjoying it a lot.
I was ashamed. He seized your homeland during the long drought. It was an aggressive change in the Empire that would soon bring Death's Hand to power. I withdrew my support and tried to rally your people against the siege I had helped plan. A doomed effort. Many died on both sides. Sun King, another brother, also fell. Listen, I will tell you how you came into my care.
Hey, Brenda.
Come with me. No, this is my fight. Go!
The guy who tried to parry a sword with his bare arm is the coolest guy. It's a shame it didn't work. Endurance karaoke sounds awesome, although it feels like the kind of thing you would need strict rules to regulate. Because some songs are not as intensive as others.
people were killed. I am haunted by it, and now the world may join me. The assassin on the beach was a Lotus assassin, a minion of Death's Hand. More will come.
Oh yeah, I guess I can see that being a crossover thing. The Kagura main characters. Yeah, that fits.
Your people were guardians, but we did not have a clear idea of what. It is tied to your destiny. I will explain if you want me to move on. There were three. Emperor Sun Hai, Prince Sun Qin, the Hand of Heaven, and myself, Sun Li, the glorious strategist. Age decided our place in the order of things.
So Master Li actually was a high-ranking member of the Imperial Army, which is why I was laughing at the General Li comment before, because he may very well have been a General Li, considering he was a strategist.
You were meant for something important, but because of my actions, it was denied you. Stories about ghosts, the assassin on the beach, you are tied to this. Our dead no longer drift to the underworld.
How often do you have to sing, Brenda?
Going mad. In time, they may overwhelm the living.
Just curious, because I would think that would be the primary way of eliminating people. Or do you all, like, sing stuff together? Or something?
You condemn without knowing all the facts. That is my fault, but I am trying to make up for it as quickly as circumstances allow.
Just show me the boat punching
we are
move.
on the edge of the Empire, and not all spirits make their presence known. We are not immune, but I kept you isolated. This information could endanger you.
Spoilers, we never learned the boat punching move.
The first assassin found us by accident. The next
never will we punch a
so
boat.
Unfocused. To fix the world, you may threaten the power of some dangerous people. The spirit cave will make things as clear as they can be. Only you are meant to understand what is within. You will see the corruption of the spirit realm for yourself.
Why is this part of the school?
It was partly the strange skills of Dawnstar that showed me to the corruption, and partly something that belongs to you. You'll understand when you enter.
I used to karaoke All Star all the time. So, yeah, sing the shit out of that one.
Well...
But how did the cave get here?
Actually try to find their way to the underworld. But if their lives or deaths were painful, they returned to what was familiar.
He doesn't actually have an answer, just pulling the shit out of his ass. It's really funny that they made that obvious.
Something of yours has allowed me to keep the students protected, but the dead will be everywhere soon enough.
It just seems odd to me.
Focus on that. Keep your head.
Stop asking questions about the cave.
There are instructions inside, and something that belongs to you, an amulet. When you emerge, you will know more about yourself and your destiny than I can explain, and you will bet.
And now we're in a cave. Wait, there we go. Let me kick the thing. Okay. I defeated the 3 barrels. There we go, money. Precious, precious money. Also money.
The dragon amulet was with you in Dirge. I understand you. does, but you are the one meant to be trained in its use. I am sorry that my actions denied you this. Essence gems are used by healers and upstart sorcerers and are common enough to be wasted on ornamentation. But with this amulet, you can tap their true potential.
And now we have equipment, sort of.
Your people were adept at using essence gems. I kept it from you because power is a beacon. The forces behind the restless dead will take an interest in you. Even mindless spirits may be drawn to you, just as they were confined here. In achieving your true power, you become a target that many will not be able to resist.
And then the ghost came.
Longsword. Leaping tiger.
Damn it. Hang on.
Focus.
Time out.
Focus.
Screw you others. There we go.
Heavenly way.
Oh, right. They're immune to sound effects.
Seek the source of this problem and eradicate it. Not all spirits succumb to bestial rage. A strong will can transcend death. These beings may have powers beyond any living foe, an intelligence to beguile and confuse.
Some ghosts are stronger than other
All
ghosts.
suffer if the dead remain this way. Soon you must leave Two Rivers. Seek the source of this problem. I have old friends who may guide you, but I have old enemies.
Now we fight Old Ghost.
Saka tawa ia kawana ia sumir ipotoki. Ukir wir uktaradon ut.
And that's how I killed 3 more ghosts.
My power is stretched thin, led away, and you are too small, too mortal to truly understand. but small things can move beneath the notice of others.
Excuse me for being mortal.
Your master hopes that you will grow strong while he leads the predators away. His reasons are clouded, but you must find a way through the fog. You are the one who can hear, the one who can act. Search, but look also for yourself. You are a spirit monk, and you are the last. I do not have the strength to answer. I am cut open, and the way to the underworld is shut. Spirits are lost with no shepherd.
Feels like the words wasted on this explanation could have been used to just answer the question.
The
Alright.
amulet is a focus. It will guide you. But when you know both sides of the veil of death, ability alone will save you. I have a moment of power, a window to grant knowledge of a primal energy. You must choose between ice and fire, and I will grant the skill to bring them to your hands.
So the blue fairy here gives us the option of learning basically fire bending or water bending. But, I mean, why would you not choose
Emotions
fire?
burn within, but can be coaxed outwards as well. Harness this to bring fire to your hands. Yours is the power to unleash dire flame.
It's pretty dire.
There is no inherent I can do no more. I must fade. Pity those spirits that have grown twisted. Pity the world if you fail, spirit monk, for you are the last.
There's a lot of chatting in this early part of the game. Thankfully, we're about done with the massive exposition dropping for a while. There we go. And we got our punch fire. Fire punching. We punch things with fire. But first we loot the place. Look at that. The new technique. And more books to read, and some poor skeleton who had $100 on him. Nice. Don't give up, skeleton. And we save. And away we go.
What are you doing out here? You were supposed to be meditating on the amulet. And what you have learned for at least another day.
I really love how you were supposed to have like a Dagobah, like training mission, and you just speedrun the whole thing.
A vision? Ah, of course you did. A natural reaction to the great amount of information I have placed before you. It may have something to do with your amulet. Tell me, did you learn anything about the destiny that stretches before you, or what has led you this far? Be careful. I do not want you to be misled by sources I cannot anticipate. Your people had warriors by that name. I regret that my actions caused their downfall. 20 years ago, the Empire was mired in drought. Your people revered the water dragon, so their temple of Dirge was the ideal place to ask the heavens for help. But the water dragon governed more than just moisture. The drought was part of the natural order, and not for mortals to alter. The spirit monks denied us access. The Emperor was incensed. He asked me to plan a display of power that would force their compliance. As our
Yeah, exactly, Darren. It's just kind of crappy writing to have someone explain to you why they don't have time to explain the thing that you just asked them to explain. And they could have just explained the thing. I mean, and of course there's reasons for that. It's part of the plot twist later on, but it's still pretty silly to say, I don't have time to explain the thing. And here's why I don't have time to explain.
What else did this vision reveal? You are only to retrieve the amulet, learn to place gems in it, and meditate on your future. I don't want you to be distracted.
I also learned to punch fire.
Master Lee, there's still no sign of her.
What? What is it, Wu? I'm sorry, my mind was elsewhere.
Dawnstar, as I told you, Master. She went missing after Gao's men were discovered in the school. The state of her room suggests some sort of fight took place.
I see. She is not there.
No, Master Lee. There's no sign of her.
I see. This may prove useful. Thank you, Jinyu. You may go. Your appearance put Gao's disgrace out of my mind, but it would seem that your early exit from the caves has come at just the right time. I doubt she has come to harm. She is a strong woman, as you know. That doesn't mean you shouldn't search for her. It will be a good measure of your ability. What better way to show mastery over your abilities than to turn them towards helping your fellow student?
Who, let's repeat, does not need my help, probably.
She is in the school,
but go help her
Someone
anyway.
would have seen her if she was in the village. You might want to try this around.
Uh-huh.
That is good. Time is very important. Here, take some silver. I asked Fendo and the others to stock essence gems. You learned in the
Yoink.
cave how single gems are viewed as trinkets. Make sure you have everything.
All right. We know this crap. So let's see. That leaves me with how much silver? 784, which is good. That's almost what I need. But essence gems
I
are a
heard about
fool's
Dawnstar.
endeavor.
Perhaps I can help in...
Yeah.
The
Sell me
less-
shit. Uh-huh.
Let...
So we go to sell, and we're going to sell our flawed gem. That gives us a single point in a thing. And instead we're going to use that to buy the last two techniques that this guy has for sale. Because they're only available for now, and techniques are just better than gems. Nice big old stat boost from combining all three of those together. That's impressive. That someone can sing hi. I have a pretty low register myself. And actually, now that I think about it, I might as well just equip the charm gem, because why not? It would actually help me, but yeah, it's there. Now I'm slightly prettier. And I got my focus back.
I couldn't believe it. He killed him with a single blow and laughed as this poor boy gasped his last.
You! Gao the Lesser did this. He was dragging some sort of sack and this boy challenged him.
The reaction to the person burning to death is weirdly understated.
This brave young man stopped Gao and demanded to know what he was carrying.
Gao just laughed at him and tried to walk on by, but the student challenged
I should
him.
be more horrified
Gao
than this.
just shrugged, turned, and killed this poor boy in one blow. I couldn't say. It was awfully large and looked heavy, but I was watching from a ways away. We didn't want to get close to that murderer.
We hid out of sight as Gao went toward the gate out of town.
Gao was in a rush, but you might be able...
Be on your guard if you truly mean to pursue him. Gao's mad with rage as the...
Yeah, fuck that dead kid, but go kill Gao. Which, you know, is the proper
There you
response to
are.
have.
I've been hoping you would wander by.
I'm not buying your gems.
It's a bit of a shame what happened to the guard here. The fool got in the way of Gao the Lesser. The young master thought you might come after him, so he left us here to slow you down. You were lucky against those bandits, but we're not so easy to push around.
Oh, right. I think if I'd come and talked to this guy, I could have saved him. Oh, well. That's my bad.
You aren't even scared, are you? Trained soldiers threatening you, and you aren't even blinking. No wonder Gao the Lesser didn't want to face you. If you want to go after him, just go. It's not worth fighting with you.
Yeah, fuck off. Oh, he didn't die. Good. Okay.
Oh, my head
I thought I
feels like
screwed
a
that
war
up.
drum, and the battle did not go in the Empire's favor. What happened? I was speaking with Gao, that spoiled little noisy cricket. He hit me without cause.
He hit me without cause might be the worst syntax construction ever. It's also an extreme understatement.
That repulsive? I wish I'd known ahead of time. You know, before he hit me. Gate guards were an unappreciated lot. I'm sorry about that, student. I truly am. I didn't see her. He was dragging a large sack, and I asked if he needed help. He said no, just the key to the gate, and then he conjured this ball of flame around his hand. I don't really remember what happened next. I might have passed out. No one's ever threatened me before. There's only one place he could have gone if he left the village. The path leads past the fields to the swamps.
It's literally like a
What
single
did he
path
do?
out of the
Why would
village, so
resort
he
to
probably went
attacking me
there.
just to leave the... What? That arrogant whelp? I trust you're following him to put him in his place. Go on. Why waste time talking to me? Get moving.
Anyway, and then we level up. Give me balance. I can put another upgrade onto my sword. One more, and it won't consume any focus, which will be super good.
We're crying for
Shit, okay.
My poor Fen. What have you done to her? Who's there?
Tiger.
Lord get
Long sword.
Oh, wait,
Heavenly
yeah.
way, dire
wait. Firebending.
Leaping tiger.
So, burning people to death is kind of awesome. Magic seals aren't actually very good, but they're cool, like conceptually. Stop. I'm trying to explode you. Do you mind? There we go. So, there's a thing called a harmonic combo, where if you hit somebody with a support style and then you hit them with a martial style right afterwards, they explode and they leave behind a power-up. And it's a really cool mechanic that isn't actually all that helpful, because most support styles are garbage, but also it doesn't work on anything that isn't like a basic enemy. So stronger enemies and bosses are immune to the combo, which means it's just kind of pointless, but it's fun. Anyway, exploding things is cool.
Gone. She's gone. They took her away, my beautiful Fen, my flower of the fields. Please, my name is Hing, and you must help me. My Fen is so delicate, she will chafe under a bandit's yoke. We were traveling to two rivers. I bring goods between the farms that line the valley. I knew we were getting too close to the marshes. Why was I so foolish? Of course these thieves would strike at my beautiful Fen. I can't leave without her. They'll work her to death or eat her or worse. Can you do anything, please? I thank you, and my Fen will thank you when she is returned to me. My precious flower of the fields. I can't leave without her.
Got some open palms points from that. That quest will resolve itself in a little bit.
I am no common bandit. I've been hunted by far worse than you. Hold your attack, young student. I am not your enemy. This was a misunderstanding.
You killed 4 people. That was my XP.
They attacked and were overmatched. If I let them go, they might return a greater threat. You must know this simple tactic. I've seen you training in your village.
My name is Zhu. I have been called Sagacious Zhu, if you prefer a title. It's a name I share with the first emperor, Sagacious Tien. I meant nothing. It's just that I was trained fairly well, so I recognize when someone else is skilled.
Thank you.
No wonder you came out here as you did. You're looking to rescue someone. You probably gave no thought to your own safety. That is very selfless of you. I tend to think more efficiently. I did hear something about a camp. They seem to be killing bandits so they won't be disturbed. There wasn't much more. I just wanted some peace and quiet. No, I'm not interested in looking for trouble. I'm sorry, but I have my reasons. As bad as this is, you're better off without my help. Dawnstar. I am familiar with that name. But I still can't. I've spent a long time avoiding trouble. I don't want to go looking for it now. I'm so...
Okay. See you later, Zoo.
Wait. Dawnstar, your friend should not suffer because of my reluctance. A group of men went to the north. They had a large pack that was giving them trouble.
That may be where their camp is. There's no way to leave the marsh in that direction. Not on foot, anyway. I will show you. It is easy to get lost.
Really glad we spent all that time establishing that he didn't want to help us. Only for him to decide to help us before the conversation was even over.
Like I said, they can't get out in that direction. Not on
I
foot.
feel like this was probably a bit that was supposed to be longer. And then maybe they had to condense it, like late in development or something.
I will try not to make you regret it. Your task is probably complicated enough. Let's go.
Okay. And now we have our new follower, Zhu, who is worse than Dawnstar in every way. He doesn't even wear a shirt.
Your quarry has based himself in the north. There are paths right and left, but I doubt one is any safer.
He does beat people with a stick, so I guess that's one point in his favor. Anyway, we will go this way.
Shouldn't killing outlaws yield some good silver? All I found is this troublesome creature, and she won't do a thing I say. Her last keeper trained her too well. If we can't get any work out of her, I want her cut and carved for tomorrow. If I have to be out here on Gao's little errand, at least I can be well fed. Look out! It must be more bandits! Get them!
We'll see who gets who. Thank you for just throwing yourself in there, Zhu. That actually did help a lot.
Thank you for saving me. I was getting tired of catering to these fools. I thought I was saved when they killed the bandits that raided my husband's wagon, but these soldiers were no better. You have my gratitude. Fen, you have come this far for Fen. Did Hing send you here without even mentioning my name?
Oh dear, this will be unpleasant for someone.
I am Singhua. These animals made me cook for them, clean up their filth. And Hing sent you for the flower. I will kill him. No, but she is here. Oh yes, just over here. Let me present her to you. Fen, come!
So the person we were supposed to save turned out to be this guy's ox.
You are safe.
He did not mention his wife had also been kidnapped.
Fighter would save you. I wouldn't leave without you. The cart needs your strength to pull it.
I am safe as well, Hing. Or did you forget I was missing?
Oh, there you are, my dear. I'm glad you did not come to harm.
But you are more concerned about the ox, I see. Gao? One of the soldiers said someone with that name is at a camp to the far north. Of course, he may have been speaking of someone more important.
You got broken up with, Brenda?
Perhaps the camp goat.
I prayed for your safe return, dear. But the
Can that even happen in Dragon Age? I didn't know that was a thing.
You will be lucky if I don't make you pull it while the ox rides. She is clearly important enough.
You were going with Solus
We
on
then
that
give our
playthrough, right?
stolen silver as reward for our savior. I value my own life at least that much. Someone has to.
Yes, dear.
Do I have to slaughter that thing for you to show me some attention?
No, dear.
Are you lying again?
No, dear.
Are you listening to me?
No, dear.
I do like that side quest a lot. Right, okay. And you can get you're gonna get broken up with before the Trespasser DLC? Because I know that would nix it in the bud.
It looks like the soldiers have taken control from the bandits who normally rule here. I'm not sure it's an improvement.
I need to do a playthrough one of these days where I romance Dorian. I'm pretty sure that he's probably the best love interest in the game.
Look, more bandits creeping into the camp. Get them!
You kicked me right in the face.
This is your death.
Oh, Zoo's doing a lot better in this playthrough than he normally is.
What? Oh, wait, I don't want...
Wow, you can't even rebound at that point? That sucks. Fuck Solus.
Yes, you can do that. Whatever you want. Who? The woman. She got loose from the sack and ran into the cave. Would have been safer out here with us.
That cave is home to both toad demons and ogres, and both are in a foul temper from fighting over the space. Running in there is like moving from the claws to the fangs.
We refused to go after her, so Gao went himself. I don't know. He just said it was very important that he get her tonight. He brought a few groups of us over for it. We didn't take her. We made Gao do that himself. I know we shouldn't have let him talk us into any of this, but he doubled our pay.
We didn't kidnap her. We were just adjacent to the
Just
kidnapping.
one woman. Compared to some things, well,
I'll say is that this wasn't the worst thing done by a Gao lately. Look, that's all I can say. Just let me go. I won't be any more trouble for you.
A reasonable punishment. Gao has some things right.
By my grandfather, I won't get in your way.
You are far too...
Thank you.
They don't really get into it, but Zhu is a member of... Zhu follows the closed fist philosophy. So he's kind of this setting's equivalent of an evil guy. But he's mostly just milquetoast. He doesn't like it when you're super nice to people, but, I mean, that's a pretty reasonable one to get upset about. We kind of just arbitrarily saved this guy, because I wanted the points.
What is this? Tiger. More bandits, but coming from the camp? Gao's let us get overrun. Get them! You cannot compare!
Alright, have a good one, Kara. Thanks for showing up. The stream's ending in like 20 minutes anyway, so you're not going to miss too much. But yeah, thank you for coming. Have a good night.
I have been healed.
Just gonna pop over here really quick and use the fountain. Guys, might as well. It's right here. And I need to be topped off. Swamp Cave. Actually, I think if we take a few steps forward, we get a cutscene. Ah. Fair is fair, that was some Mortal Kombat shit.
That's the way out! When I catch you, woman, you will be sorry.
It's always someone else's fault, isn't it, Gao? This is your mess. I didn't make you kidnap me.
Your friend is doing a good job of frustrating Gao into carelessness. That will work in your favor, but it also means we have to follow them by a different route. Be careful. That means fresh enemies for us. These caves harbor strange creatures.
Yes, toad demons and ogres. You just said what they were. Oh, and it turned us around. There you go. Okay, fighting.
Leaping tiger.
Turns out ogres are weak to having their asses kicked. Also fire, but you know, this is easier. Not today, box.
Leaping tiger.
Just ping-ponging him. Nice. Attaboy, Zoo. This is the best Zoo has ever been on any of my playthroughs. I don't know why he's suddenly good now. I'm not complaining.
I never had cause to enter these caves. Gao will have to pay for this inconvenience.
Yep. Now we fight the toad demon. Toad demons have the power to poison you. And now I have the power to Toad demon. In fact, oops. Let's swap this out for the Toad demon style, just for giggles. Be the boss fight up ahead. At first we grab the thing. 82 bucks. I could buy like 50 some tacos with that. I guess not in fantasy China.
I swear, Dunstar, my patience is running thin. No! No! Not you! Anyone but you! What are you doing here?
You see that, Gao? That's loyalty and responsibility. Can you even understand those words?
I understand more than you. I did you a favor, but you're too stupid to know a good thing when you're in its grasp.
Being kidnapped was a good thing? You have an odd view of what it takes to impress a woman.
Fool! You'd be dead if it wasn't for me. Everything you have. My father sees to that. You'll see. Death comes from above to ferret out your hidden master and his real name. Dawnstar was the only thing I wanted to save, and what thanks do I get? Nothing. So be it. I'll just kill you all and forget your pitiful little village ever existed. You'll see. You've already lost no matter what happens here. You'll see. I'll make you see.
So we could fight him properly with a buddy, but it's a lot easier. It's a lot more appropriate, I feel, to just 1v1 him.
I'll kill you in time to see the red sky over your village.
Leaping Tiger, Toad Demon form.
That style go. It's not super practical, but a perk of using a demon form like Toad Demon is that they're immune to magic styles, which is what Gao uses when he does his fire thing. And he's dead.
Thank you for coming to my rescue. I'm not sure why Gao thought he would get away with this. He had to know that someone in the village would come for me. Although, I suspected it would be you. I am grateful. Your friendship has always been a comfort to me. Maybe that was what made Gao so jealous.
Such good friends.
Sagacious Zoo, you don't owe me anything. I just helped your young friend through the swamp.
Sagacious Zoo. Well, I am grateful. I don't know what Gao meant by saying he was doing me a favor. How could dragging me here be beneficial? Agreed. I want Master Li to know that we are both safe. It's too bad, though. He wanted to reach Gao. Gao just seemed to get more and more bitter.
I will wait by...
Alright, so, when we leave the cave, we're going to get into a whole new thing. So I think it's probably a better idea just to stop here. And then, I don't know how you guys felt about this. If you like this, then maybe I'll play more of it sometime. Probably going to rotate between a few games, because I don't like to get stuck in a rut, but I'm enjoying this. So, who knows? I'll probably play more of it. And with that, we're going to save. Excuse me. And we're going to call it a night. Have a good one, guys. Thank you for watching. See you guys next week, hopefully.